Hey guys, Matt here. Did promise a 5 minute with how I was going to do my trades at the end of the day, and teams have dropped early, so I thought I'd just check in. A couple of minutes here. We'll go through the Sunday teams, and we'll do the trades that I'm going to do. Funny that less than a week ago, teams were waiting until 6 p.m. on a Saturday night to get their Sunday teams in, and now they've come in early on a Friday. Bit of a coincidence. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. So we'll have a quick look. As predicted, there's Lockie Jones. In he comes for whatever Port are doing here. Fantasia injured. Frederick out. I think he might have played. He might have been the sub. I'm not sure. But either way, Jones is in. Feeling pretty good about that. Like I said on the ear to the ground. Named immediately back from injury, not through the sample. That spot's his. Bigger issue here is no Murphy. Bit of a sad one there. Named in the emergencies, perhaps needs to pass another test for concussion. Perhaps just didn't get up for training. I'm not sure. Either way, he's not named. I do expect to see him back this year, though. I thought he showed a bit. Essendon have just finalised that Waterman's in, and for those worried, where is he? Tom Powell is named on field somewhere in amongst here. I think it's a case of they will rest him coming up at some point. There he is named on the bench. They will rest him, I think, at some point. I don't know when. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep him for one more week, so I'm going to lose a little bit of money out of him. But it's good to know he's playing. And West Coast have just gone full slaughter. Mumford and Flynn in the same team. So for the Flynn holders, that's another win, because there he is named with Mumford. Briggs out. Green, as we knew. Nothing really huge here. Sproul back if you traded him in last week. He's on the bubble, I think. Nothing really here to talk home about. Alright, let's jump into the trade. What are we doing? I've thrown the V on Lions. That's an absolute must. I'm going to be thin at the midfield. Sadly, I've got to do a Russian roulette with one of these three. I feel like Murphy's coming back. Highmore we could have seen the last of Highmore, but when we're talking 6k here, I'm probably just going to drop Mansell. His break even was 40, and that's about all he does anyway, so probably an L on this pick, if I'm being totally honest. What did he make in the end? 75k, wasn't great. I can't remember who the other choices were that weekend, why I did it. It is what it is. So he'll go, and obviously the Marshall has to go as well. And what that does mean is I can get on the... I won't do it that way, I'll just search him here. I can get on the Zorko train. So, I mean, I'm late to it, 23% picked now. He'll probably be in 25% of teams by this weekend. I'm on it. I think between him and Zeeble, that's F1. Sadly, it means I'll miss Hall. I'll pay up for Hall next week. But I may want to do something with defense next week, so I may end up missing Hall for another couple of weeks. But then you'll have a good sample size. And the other one is obvious. Lockie Jones comes in. You could also go Murray. He is playing 100k. It means you pull your cash all the way back to do something else. That would put me up to 100. That would allow you to do a double upgrade maybe next week if you needed the cash. I feel like Jones's job security is just way better than Murray's. Murray's in and out of this team. It's taken him 10 rounds to get 2 games. So, whereas Jones is only missed because of injury. So, beautiful. Love that. Lock him away. If you didn't catch the end of Ear to the Ground, I went through my captain's run. We got Lions with the V on him. Fully expect to take that score. I imagine he'll get 120, 130 like he always does. Richmond's a tougher one, but this guy's in such serious form, so I fully expect to do that, and then I'll just throw Brockman in as the loop, which has been a handy loop, and then backup will be Grundy. I don't trust Gawn as as weird as this sounds when you see these two scores. I don't trust Gawn as a captain, especially when Luke Jackson's playing. So we'll use Grundy as the backup because he is playing Port with no ruckman. In fact, that's something to really think about. Port with no ruckman versus Lions. I think Lions is just going to put down a score that's just going to be undeniable. So we'll see. But Grundy will be the backup. Very nice port with no ruckman. Other choices if you don't have your Lions. I suppose you could do Zorko. Feel free to do Zorko. It depends where your loop sits, because there's not many loops on the Sunday anymore with Flynn playing. So if you've still got, if you've got Brayshaw and you're holding, because I never really looked into what his injury is because it was never on my radar, I suppose you could do a Saturday night loop somewhere. I don't know who else you'd really want to look at outside of Lions. You could do Gawn against the Crows if you feel confident with that. I wouldn't. There's not many other options. I suppose you could look at one of the Dogs lads on Saturday night, but then who are you going to loop? So you could look at Bont, you could look at McRae, something like that. Oliver, maybe expect Oliver to get off the chain against the Crows. I'd prefer that over Gawn. The Crows sometimes try to tag, but they're not very good at tagging, so that's a choice you can get. I imagine Oliver's going to rack up against the Crows, so that's probably another option you can do. But anyway, cheers for tuning in. Good luck. Lock your trades away. Don't forget to set up your loopholes and all that sort of business. And I'll chat to you guys Sunday.